Abhishek, I'll request you to please hold on because we have a very crucial and important news to break to our viewers. We have actually managed to have a conversation with Sukh Dhaliwal there. Let's listen into what exactly that conversation is about.
Now, Sukh Dhaliwal, MP from Justin Trudeau's party. Mr. Dhaliwal, there are various allegations against you that you are very close to Pakistan ISI, and the role of ISI is under scanner for the Nijjar killings. What is your take?
This is totally ridiculous claim. Because being a member of parliament, I would not be able to stay anywhere closer to any of the foreign state agencies. And I can tell you, whoever is giving you this information is totally wrong and irresponsible.
Sir, why after the death of Nijjar, suddenly after 4 months, Justin Trudeau has suddenly coming in public domain, that too coming from India back, and he's talking about that Indian agencies were involved in the killing of Nijjar. Why he never said these things earlier?
This is totally wrong. Before Prime Minister went to India for G20, we clearly halted the trade talks. Because the Prime Minister knew there is an issue, and he raised this with Prime Minister Modi when he was in India, and he has clearly stated that in every paper. And he has done that in G20 in India. And then the first day the parliament opened was September the 18th. And on the very first day the parliament opened after a summer break, he made that statement to the parliament as well as to Canadians that there is a credible evidence that a foreign state agent is involved in the killing of Mr. Nijjar.
But sir, foreign agent can be ISI also. Why you are suddenly saying that this is Indian agent only?
But he has clearly said that it is an Indian foreign agent. He has not said ISI.
What are the evidence available, sir?
But there is an evidence that will be shown in the court, and eventually the Prime Minister of Canada will not make such a statement. And it's not only the Prime Minister of Canada. In fact, the other Five Eyes are standing on our side as well. You have seen US is standing, in solidarity with Canada, and the other Five Eyes partners are there as well, because they exactly know what's happening, and you are asking for proof, because today Prime Minister is not in a position to give proofs, but the proofs will come into the court, and he does not want to mess up the court system and the justice system we have here in Canada compared to other nations, though they might call themselves a democracy, but there is no such thing.
One important question, sir, which I want to ask, that Indian agencies have given you multiple LRs, and they are approximately 24. That Canadian people are bringing those who have done crimes in India, those who are gangsters, and they are doing every activity from Canada, and they are killing people, they are doing blast. Why are you not taking action, and why are you not cooperating with India?
Action. In fact, we have cooperated. In fact, even Indian agency or Indian, let me say, the administration raised this issue. The answer is very clear. Who gave them the fake passports? India. Who gave them the wrong police clearance? India. And who's trying to mess up our country by sending those people here? Is India. In fact, if you listen to the statement made by one of the MLAs who was an ex-police officer, he has clearly said that it is the government that's sending people out there. In fact, why didn't you believe him, who's US citizen, a citizen of India, and who was in a police and also now an elected representative?
But sir, you are never cooperating. Like NIA is giving you constantly this letter of interrogation. The officers are coming. You are not cooperating with them.
I tell you, listen to me. There's no letter that I got from NIA at all. Right? That is wrong. I have never had any discussions with NIA on any of these issues.
But in case NIA contacts your party, NIA contacts your Prime Minister or you will be able to help them completely on the people, those who are sitting, will you hand over them?
And certainly, if they have an evidence, I mean, if they had an evidence against Mr. Nijjar, why didn't they bring that extradition out? Because previously there were cases of extraditing people from here, and they were given back to India at times. But why did not India brought those forward? And in fact, if there's an evidence, they should bring it forward. And I'm sure if there's a criminal activity, government will fully cooperate. And the Prime Minister has no qualms about it. I mean, he has visited twice India in the recent years, and I don't think there's any animosity. In fact, we were all willing to have a good working relationship with Indian government. People to people, there's no issues. If we look at this, we have the strongest ties when it comes to people. When it comes to business, we have extremely great working relationship. And also, as far as I see, that this whole thing that transpired, this is killing a Canadian on Canadian soil and at a place of worship. That is what is bothering not only the Prime Minister, in fact, it's bothering every Canadian citizen, that this is kind of intervention by the foreign agents will not be tolerated.
But sir, these gurudwaras have become the places where all anti-India activities are on. Like Nijjar's footage, myself have run on in 2017, where he was running a training camp and running AK-47, the banned weapon in Canada.
I tell you, this is why well, it's a good thing that Manoj, you called me. I'm telling you right now, you should find that article. There's not a single evidence that the RCMP had brought forward. In fact, I'm not here to defend Mr. Nijjar on that particular issue, but I tell you right now, you should go and check your facts and come back to me on this. And then, you will find yourself that whoever is providing you that information is wrong, is fake, and they are not trying to make the relationships worse, between two countries. It's not Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. It is those people that are feeding you fellows the wrong information, and then you are publishing without any facts.
And sir, Nijjar was in no-fly list. There is state allegation again on you particularly that it was you who helped him with the PR, and all the cases against the PR you managed to get him.
Listen to me. I tell you right now, Nijjar came to Canada long before I even became a member of Parliament. Okay?
Okay.
He became the citizen in 2007. Okay? And that was the Harper government. Mr. Harper is a very close associate of Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Nijjar got his citizenship. So now you're talking about PR. This is why I say, because it's good that you're talking to me, so now you can put your facts straight. This is exactly what I like to see from a reporter, that in fact, before you publish that news, that you lost your credibility with people because nobody believed your article, right? And I didn't care about it either. But now you called me and then I told you right on your face that, you got to recheck that article and had to apologize without facts and without talking to me. You wrote that article. Now you're asking me about Nijjar, that I helped him with PR. I tell you right now, long before I became a member of Parliament, he became the PR and he became the citizen in 2007. And in 2007, who was the Prime Minister?
Harper.
Stephen Harper. It was the Conservative government. Okay, so maybe you should be asking Mr. Harper this question, not me, and you can file access to information. Then they will tell you. And there's not on his file. There's never ever I intervened on Mr. Nijjar's file, and you can ask that under the access to information. You will find that, and I can stand that anywhere. And this is the way I'm a very different critical. I have no filters. I tell you right now, what you see, what is inside is you see what I'm telling you right now, right?
Sir,
because I'm not a very diplomatic politician. I'm a very straight shooter, right? And I'm telling you that there is no point in his life that I have ever intervened, and the records are very clear.
So what is the way forward? Indian government is saying a lot of letters, lot of charge sheeted, everything have been shared with Linda, Rinda, many other criminals are sitting in Canada. Are you assuring me that you are going to cooperate with everything if they come to you?
I tell you right now, this Indian government has never ever written me about any of these criminals, right? And I'm telling you that if there is a credible evidence, if they want to initiate their extradition based on the facts, you know who makes decision here? Not the politicians. It is the justice system, which is a very fair and which is independent of the government. That makes the judiciary makes that decision, and we as a government cooperates with that.
So you are clearly saying that you are ready to cooperate on every front if credible information and investigation is shared with you.
Yeah, right now, and also at the same time, I think you should also tell the Indian government to cooperate in this particular killing that has a credible evidence, right, that they were involved and their state agency was involved.
But in that case, you have to give strong, solid evidence that their agents were involved, because how you have concluded so fast that this was.
I'm sure that I exactly know what kind of person Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is, because I know him long before he became the Prime Minister. I know how passionate he is about justice, equality, and fairness. He would not make a statement like this in the parliament. It is not like other countries, that can, or politicians can say whatever they need to, because he is accountable. He has said it, and I'm sure if you go talk to your intelligence agencies or your law enforcement agency, they will tell you that I'm certain that our security officer is also in touch with the authorities in India, and you should be able to find that out.
But to the best of my knowledge, your NSA came 2 months back. Indian NSA, Indian National Investigation Agencies, and other intelligence agencies were sitting together. They have shown him every proof, including the video evidence.
All I can say is I'm not privy to that information. All Prime Minister has made a statement is based on the facts that were provided to him by our law enforcement agencies, and we have a full faith and confidence in our law enforcement agencies and in our security agencies. And I can tell you that whatever he has said, I stand by him and I stand by his leadership, and I commend him for taking such a step that he was able to come forward. Not only him, in fact, the other Five Eyes are working together to make sure that justice prevails.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dhaliwal.